Almost since the day the Oculus Quest launched, SideQuest has been a big part of the Oculus Quest experience. For those of you that don't know what SideQuest is a PC application that makes sideloading games onto your Oculus Quest as simple as the click of a button. It's become a second store for the Oculus Quest, if you will, with many different free experiences and even paid experiences as well. From well-known games like Contractors and Pavlov, as well as Crisis Brigade, Hyperdash, and T for God, it seems like there are new applications released on SideQuest on a daily basis. One of the biggest parts of SideQuest is the ability to give access to early demos and builds of games, whether they're in beta, alpha, or even earlier, to allow people to play the games and give feedback. This has worked especially well for games like Hyperdash that released an early build and have had players playing the game for months as they develop the game and make it even better and prepare it for official launch on the Quest. Some companies have even started releasing demos for their games that are on the Quest store on SideQuest. The importance of this platform cannot be stressed enough because it allows developers to release content that may not be allowed in the highly curated store for the Oculus Quest. Now, that doesn't mean the content isn't good or that the applications don't play and function very well, but Oculus is very particular about the games that end up on the official Quest store. So SideQuest really opens that up and allows for a totally separate platform that gives us options aside from the ones that Oculus chooses to be in the store. Just yesterday, Oculus released an update for the evolution of their Oculus platform, including saying a fond farewell to the Oculus Go, which they will stop selling later on this year and will stop accepting new applications after December 4th of 2020. You'll still be able to use your Go, but it will no longer get updates or new games or software. On top of that, though, was a new distribution path that was announced. To quote the announcement, it says, "We've set a high bar for content on Quest in order to build a platform where people have confidence in the quality of titles they're buying, and developers know their investments have a strong chance of success. As we build on this success moving forward, our store curation process won't be going away, but now that Quest has built a healthy and sustainable ecosystem, we're ready to open a new avenue for VR development." What this means is Oculus is working on a secondary channel for developers to use and give access for games and experiences that are not on the official Quest store. Sound familiar? Sounds a lot like SideQuest. Another quote from the article says, "We've heard that many developers and enthusiasts are looking for an easier way to distribute apps outside of the Oculus store. We're excited to announce that in early 2021 we'll offer a new way for developers to distribute Quest apps. This will enable developers to share their apps to anyone with a Quest without having to be accepted into the Oculus store and without the need for sideloading." This is a curious development, as Oculus has essentially said, "We understand that a lot of people are sideloading these games, and we want to give you a way to get these games without having to sideload them." According to Oculus, the Oculus platform policies are still going to apply to all the apps that are distributed, and the developers will need to meet the obligations of their Oculus content policy. But apps distributed through the new channel won't be held to the same technical standards as the official Oculus store apps, and that's what causes a lot of games not to end up on the Quest store. So what does this mean for SideQuest? Does this mean that SideQuest is going to go away? Is it dead in the water? Is this the end of what we know as SideQuest? Well, a lot of people think so, but honestly, I'm going to tell you why I don't think so and why I think that there's proof on Twitter that this is not the end for SideQuest. In fact, it's just the beginning, and I think Oculus is going to allow us an even easier way to be able to utilize the applications on SideQuest. Chris Pruitt, who is the director of content ecosystem at Oculus, tweeted out yesterday and said, "We are building a new way for developers to release apps to Quest without sideloading or enabling developer mode. This will be especially great for folks like SideQuest VR because it will greatly reduce the friction of getting apps on your headset." He continued on and said, "Apps that flow through this channel won't be on the Oculus store, but can be found via direct links. We're still building this, and it won't be available this year, but we wanted to give folks an early heads up." So what does that mean? Well, just the fact that SideQuest was mentioned by name in a positive fashion from the director of the content ecosystem at Oculus gives me hope and encouragement that SideQuest is going to continue on in a good fashion. In fact, yesterday, SideQuest even tweeted out support for this new development and said, "This feels like a huge day for all of us in VR. We are excited about how much easier it'll be to get access to content on SideQuest as we grow our community-driven test bed platform." And they even posted posted a Reddit link with even more information, which I'll put a link to in the description. Oculus seems to be listening, at least in some fashion or another, as we continue to use SideQuest and it becomes a valid platform for testing and applications that aren't supported for the Oculus Quest official store. My guess is that this new distribution path, as mentioned, won't require developer mode or sideloading, but it'll still give us the ability to load APKs and games from platforms like SideQuest. In fact, we might even see the ability to load SideQuest as an application or secondary launcher to be able to launch games using direct links. Now, I don't have any proof of that or any idea exactly how that's going to function, but the fact that we've gotten tweets supporting SideQuest from Oculus developers is encouraging, and I think that is a good sign. So, is SideQuest going away? In my opinion, I don't think it's going to. There is a chance, obviously, someday something will happen and SideQuest will have to shut its doors and stop doing what it's doing, but right now it is working really well for people that want additional content, and I think Oculus realizes that and wants to support that option and get people an even easier way to sideload that content onto their Quest. So huge shout out to Oculus. Thank you, Chris Pruitt, for tweeting that out in support of SideQuest and letting us know that SideQuest, as far as it looks, won't be going anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. Huge thank you to all of my patrons. You guys are amazing and it is super humbling to see the support for BMF. A special shout out to all of my VR Revolutionary members, Mike Curtis, Audrey Gordon, Ghost Robo 100, and VR Balance. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and happy questing.